श्यामलावर्ताली समेत श्रीललिताम्बिकायै नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। adRishyA-dRishyarahitA vijnAtrI vedyavarjitA योगिनी योगदा योग्या योगानंदा युगंधरा adRishyA. adRishyA means invisible. So dRishyA is to see, adRishyA is she is invisible. In other words, she cannot be perceived by our eyes and other pancha indriyas or other senses. When we talked about nama rupa vivarjita, we talked about that the Parabrahma has got 5 things: nama, rupa, asti, bhati and priyam. The sharira has got a name and a form, whereas the consciousness or the chaitanya is the feature of asti, bhati and priyam, which is the qualities of the Paramatma or Parabrahma. And because she is nama rupa vivarjita, she doesn't need a sharira, which is why she is invisible. adRishyA. adRishyA. dRishyarahitA. So dRishyA, to see you need nama and rupa. So she is nama rupa rahita. Because she is nama rupa rahita, we talked about Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. So Saguna Brahma is Nirguna Brahma when it takes he or she takes a form and a name, that becomes Saguna Brahma. So Saguna Brahma will come for a particular karyam. So in the case of Lalita Ambika, it's Chidagni Kanda Sambhuta Deva Karya Samudyata. So she came for the Deva Karya, taking the Saguna form of Lalita Ambika, which is where you get the form with 4 arms and the different Pashankusha and Bhana and Chapa. Whereas the Nirguna Brahma form of her, which is a real form, the Tejas Swarupa, the Jyoti Swarupa, that is dRishyarahitA. So the reason they've kept 2 names together, adRishyA or and Drish followed by dRishyarahitA, is to essentially emphasize the fact that the fact that she is Nirguna Brahma, Parabrahma, Paramatma, who is essentially is difficult to perceive her through our normal 5 senses, and the fact that she doesn't need a name or a form to exist. I think this is a repetition of the concept is a repetition of quite a few other names: Nama Rupa Vivarjita, Sarva Avastha Vivarjita. But I think they all take you back. The Vashini Vag Devatas are essentially emphasizing at every point the Nirguna state of Lalita Ambika. So it's kind of revision. vijnAtrI vedyavarjitA. vijnAtrI is one who perceives. Perceives all the events that are happening in this world. VedyavarjitA. VedyavarjitA is there is nothing that she needs to know, because she is everything and there is nothing other than her. This is a very profound statement. There is nothing that she needs to know, and the reason for that is she is all pervading and she is there in everything around us, within us, as the Shakti, because she is everything and there is nothing other than her. So there isn't anything other than her. If there is something that is other than her, then she needs to know. But because there isn't anything other than her, so she is vedyavarjita. Because we want to know so many things, right? There are so many unknowns to us, right? There are so many unknowns, past, present, future. We don't know what our past was. We don't know what our future will be like. We don't know where we are in our spiritual journey. So there are lots of unknowns. Even the next second, I don't know what happened to me. So that is that unknown. So vedyavarjita is essentially there is nothing that she needs to know, because she is past, present and future, and she's there in everything. So that's a very profound statement, and if you can live with that feeling and everything that you see, then you see our true power. adRishyA-dRishyarahitA vijnAtrI vedyavarjita. Yogini Yogada Yogya Yugandhara. Yogini Yogada Yogya Yogananda Yugandhara. That's a sequence. So who is Yogini? There is several meanings of Yogini here. Yoga, Yogini. So she is Mahayoga, Yogeshwari. So because she is the embodiment of all knowledge, or Gnana Swarupini, that's one meaning. What is yoga? Yoga is union of two things. Two. So union of two, the yoga, that there are several interpretations of this word yoga. So generally they talk of yoga, union of the Jivatma with Paramatma is one meaning. But if you take union of two, if you have eyes, then you should have something, some object to see. So the union of vastu with eyes, right? So if you have ears, then you need something that in the world that makes sound so that the ears can perceive. You got tongue with taste buds. So you got some vastu or object in the world that you can eat and taste it. So for every sense, so if you got smell, then there is a flower or number of flowers in the world, and we each with different smell. So the union of your indriya with the vastu or the object in the world, that is yoga. Now I'll come to that in a minute. And because she as yogini will give us the yoga. I'm sure everyone has heard of yoga, right? That if somebody has got good fortune, you say, he's got this yoga. The union of him or that person with a pleasant object or event in the world. That is yoga. The other meaning of yogini is within Sri Chakra there are 64 yoginis in the 9 avaranas. Prakata Gupta Guptatara Sampradaya Kulottina Nigarbha Rahasya Atirahasya Paraparati-rahasya Yogini Devatabhyo Namaha. So this word refers to those yogini devatas. The 51 Akshara Shaktis, or the we talked about the Akshara Shaktis when we talked about the Dakinis to Yakinis. They are all yoginis. So yoga is the union of the jiva with the padartha in the world. Padartha is the object in the world. Yogada gives knowledge. Yoga dha, so she gives the yoga. or she will unite you as the jiva with a particular padartha. Yogya. Yogya is one that needs to be obtained through knowledge. One that needs to be obtained through knowledge. And she is the Yogya. So all the things that we are experiencing in this world through our five senses, eyes, ears, nose, taste, and touch, right, is a yoga. So if somebody is blind, you can imagine how much they are missing out in this world, looking at so many beautiful or ugly things in this world. If somebody is deaf, they are missing out on all the good music in this world. So who is that? Who is responsible for the union of our senses with a particular good or bad thing, or pleasant or unpleasant object or an event in this world? Is Lalita Ambika here. So if somebody is enjoying luxuries in life, living in a mansion, whatever the luxury again depends upon how you define luxury. So you can be sleepless sleeping in a big country mansion. That's a different thing, our story altogether. So the point here is, depending upon our past karmas, papa, punya, balance, the account, she will unite us with a pleasant or an unpleasant object or an event. So she will unite you with a particular luxury in life, for example, a pleasant thing. We always love pleasant things. That is the Yogini, Yogada, Yogya. So some people, I'm sure you've come across a few people who are always in a state of misfortune. Despite all the hard work that they do, they are highly talented, they are very hardworking. Misfortune will come to them like a train. One misfortune followed by another misfortune, that followed by the third misfortune, fourth, fifth goal, and their life, it goes on with a long series of misfortunes. Who is responsible for that? Who is uniting this particular person with misfortune? Devi Lalita Ambika here. So, in that sense, she is Yogini, Yogada. She is giving the yoga of misfortune for that particular person. So all pleasant, unpleasant, fortune, misfortune, if you come across in life, who is giving it? Lalita Ambika. And the way she is giving that is Punya Apunya Palaprada. Punya Apunya Palaprada. Depending upon our Punya and Papas, she is uniting us with pleasant or unpleasant experience. So Yogini, Yogada, Yogya. Yogananda. If you take another example, who is giving us the motivation to sit and listen to this 10 or 15 minute talk of Lalita Ambika every day? That is a yoga. So if somebody has got yoga, naturally she will put in touch with X or Y person and transfer that knowledge from one person to another, because you have got the yoga. The same audio clip is going there every day on the WhatsApp group. There will be some who would just cursorily look at the audio clip, but may not have the 10 or 15 minutes of their life to listen to it. Who is responsible for that? Devi Lalita Ambika. She's brought them very close to it, but she's not. So the point I'm trying to say is every experience that you go through your senses and every padartha or vastu object that comes to you is her design. It's her. So Yogini Yogada Yogya Yogananda Yoga Ananda. So Ananda is bliss of union. So when the jiva, when the sense interacts with the object, a pleasant thing will give, it generates an experience, right? And that experience can be a pleasant or a unpleasant one. It can generate happiness or it can generate sadness. So here Yogananda is bliss of union. Here the ultimate union that we all should aim for is the union of Jiva with Parabrahma. So what happens when we are sleeping? When you are sleeping, there is no world. There is no prapancha. Because all your senses are taking a break. The world in effect doesn't exist. All the padarthas around you don't exist. So only in the jagrat or the awakened state, when your senses can go outside and interact and experience the good or bad things. Yugandhara. Dhara means to bear. What is she bearing? She is bearing the jiva and the prapancha. And she is making the jiva interact with the prapancha. So jiva is pinda, prapancha is brahmanda. What is anubhava? Anubhava is experience. So punya will generate sukha yoga, contact with a pleasing object or experience. Papa will generate dukkha yoga, contact with suffering. She is punya, apunya palaprada. She is karma palapradayini. So whatever, it comes through prarabdha karma. So that's one meaning. She is bearing the prapancha or the yuga. Yuga is jiva and prapancha. So she is also kala swarup. Second meaning of this is kala swarupini. So you take yugas. You have heard of Satya Yuga or Krita Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. And then you have Yugadi, Yuga Adi. So the beginning of that Yuga. You got Sauramana Yugadi and Chandramana Yugadi. So your New Year's. So she is the measure of time, Kala Swarupini. And if you take Sri Chakra, it's Yugandhara, which is union of Shiva and Shakti. And Sri Chakra gives all the yogas. So adRishyA-dRishyarahitA, vijnAtrI vedyavarjitA, Yogini Yogada Yogya Yogananda Yugandhara. Sri Gurubhyo